Hey you guys, today I am so excited. I have a huge clothing haul. I'm gonna actually try everything on for you, a lot on. I have so many new pairs of denim. I think everyone's kind of like perplexed about this whole new denim trend, which is not new at all. If you followed me for any amount of time, especially if you watch my videos from last year and the year before, you already have some of these that, I mean, maybe you've seen these before. I'm gonna give you tips on styling them and just a few pieces you can add into your wardrobe without buying so much. I bought stuff from Nordstrom. I bought stuff for some jewelry from other places. I have a jewelry code to share with you guys. I've just gotten a lot of great things, a few swimsuits and things, and then a few little kind of like one-piece things, kind of like a jumpsuit and this top that I really want to talk about. I don't want this to get wrinkled. I'm gonna try all of it on for you guys. And there's something very exciting, I mean not very, I don't know, that I do want to talk about. I don't not want to talk about it because I mean everybody's talking about it, the whole like Meghan, Harry, Oprah thing, and it's like, you know, and I was gonna do like a get ready with me and just chat about it, and then I was like, I don't want to do another makeup video right away. I want to show these clothes because there's a few pieces, especially the jeans that I'm wearing, that are just gonna like, they're gonna be your all-time favorites. Like if you buy these, you don't even have to spend a whole, I think they were like 45 bucks. You don't have to spend a ton on like designer like mom jeans and all this crap. It's very trendy, okay? This is what you want. You know, I'm gonna find the good stuff and share that with you guys. But I just wanted to do that today. I was in the mood to sit and talk clothing a bit, and like I said, I'm gonna try things on and give you guys some updates, and then if you stick around at the end of the video, I will share all of my thoughts on all things Meghan, Harry, and Oprah. Okay, listen. First of all, I'll link to what I'm wearing. As I talk about these things, you're gonna see me try them on for you, so we'll kind of be going back and forth. Before we get started though, what I'm wearing, okay, this top is new. Now you're gonna see that this video is a spring refresh. Okay, now I have a few more things coming. I will share that in my next video. I just, like I said, did not want to really wait on sharing some of these things, and you'll see why. But it's also not like, okay, spring clothing haul, let's spend thousands and thousands of dollars, like no, and you know, buy a million things. No, you just need a few key pieces, and that's what I'm gonna tell you guys. Now, y'all know I'm not usually like super all on, you know, if a trend is out, I'm like, okay, I gotta do that. What is it? Not millennial, Gen Z says, you know, no more, you know, the kids nowadays are saying like, no more skinny jeans are out, it's all about the mom jean. Now this is like, okay, but these are not new, and I will show you. The jeans that I've been wearing lately, like in my Instagram posts, those are technically mom jeans. One of them actually was renamed mom jeans on the site. I bought them 2 years ago. And then they were high-waisted cropped denim. If you watched any of my fashion videos from last year where I talked about, you know, I've showed flares, I've showed skinny jeans, I've showed this, I've showed that. Nothing's gonna go out of style. Your skinny jeans are fine, okay? But just update it a little bit. And this is not some trend that you're like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna style mom jeans? I'm telling you, we've been wearing these jeans, okay? The high-waisted, cropped, you know, distressed denim that I showed you last year, these are now called mom jeans, okay? This is an old pair that I talked about like earlier last year for spring that are lightly distressed, and they are cropped. They're not so skinny. And now these are called mom jeans. Then they were called the high-rise slim crop boyfriend. Now they renamed them mom jeans. Literally the website is calling them mom jeans. So here's what. I'm all for a trend, but I think, and all trends, right? Like if flares come back, okay, well that was something from the 70s, and that was something from this, and that was, nothing is ever gonna truly be, I don't wanna say new, you can make it look modernized, but what bothers me about this whole mom jean thing is that it's literally something that we had been doing that's renamed. Now, there are some that I've seen that are very aggressive, that have like, you know, the baggy hips with the pleats. I'm not doing stonewashed jeans like that. I'm not doing like, you know, the tapered, you know, that are pleated. I'm not doing that, okay? That's not what we're doing. Maybe that's what you want to do, but I'm just saying, look at your closet and you might surprise yourself. These are the ones that I was wearing in those videos, and then I also have this pair And this pair is not so, these are the ones that were in that other Instagram post. These are really cute. These are were these a little more expensive? I don't remember. I always size up in these, okay? Now listen, if you buy, you know, if they're called, when I bought these, they were called boyfriend jeans, okay? Don't get me started. Now they're called mom jeans. Again, okay, whatever. I don't have the time. When you buy these, you might think to yourself, oh, they're already oversized. I'm gonna get my regular size. Some of them I do, but I would really say go for a size bigger. You don't want them to look so like skin tight because that kills the whole look. And I actually I like that. I've always said when you buy shorts, buy them a size or two. I've always done that. And what do you wear with these? T-shirts. You know, that has a light tuck in the front. You'll see how I wear this stuff in a second. You saw me wear it with an oversized sweater, barely tuck it in the front. You don't want to wear something that's so long and so big with these baggier jeans. Not an oversized huge t-shirt, unless if you just barely do a little front tuck, or sometimes just tuck it into your pocket or something if you don't want to tuck it into your waist. A really slim, really fitted top with these baggy jeans looks so good. They're easier to style than you think, and that's part of the appeal for me, is that they don't look so put together. So no matter what you do with them, it looks good. It's kind of like my philosophy on hair. Whenever I have short hair that's like a short haircut, I always feel like I have to style it just right. It always has to be styled. Whereas if my hair's really long, I can throw it into a ponytail. It's like, who cares? It's just a messy ponytail, right? You know what I mean? But if it's like a short, like done hairstyle, it's like it has to always look done. So jeans that are very fitted or that look too tailored to this or that, there's a little more like pressure, and it's a little harder, honestly, not pressure, but like in making it look right. Whereas these, you throw them on with anything, it's effortless and cute. I'll show you the shoes that I like to put with them. But these, like I said, these are not new. What were these called? They were just called the original boyfriend, okay? Now these are exactly the same cut of the ones that I have bought recently that are mom jeans. Now, I did not want to go spendy hundreds and hundreds of dollars on designer denim, and what sucks is that a lot of time, if you don't do that, I hate to say that, but like if I'm gonna get like one pair of nice denim to like go with this trend or whatever, if that's what you want to do, sometimes I don't mind getting a little more spendy. But I have found ones that are so inexpensive that you're gonna love. That's what I'm wearing today. And we'll get into that once I show these. It's gonna go really fast. But just sticking with what I'm wearing, I have this top, and then I'm gonna start with the pair of jeans that I'm wearing now. I'm gonna talk about my jewelry quickly before I show you the rest of my outfit. So I'll link to this top. It also comes in black. This is a perfect type of top to wear with this look because I didn't want to get it super oversized. I love it. It's just something very like nostalgic about it. I want to get it in black, and like I said, I might size up but I think like there's something cute about like a real fitted Guess t-shirt too, but with something like this, just any t-shirt, tuck it in just barely. And then my jewelry I kept pretty simple. I have a code for a Bauble Bar that I'll put below. I know that I talked about, if you follow me on Instagram, the huge sale that they were doing. Hopefully you got some of these pieces, these earrings that I wear all the time. They're gold vermeil, so they're sterling silver plated with 18 karat gold. And these come in a set of, I believe, like 5 earrings. And I just mix them up every day, and they're so comfortable. Like when you wear a mask, because I can't wear my big hoops with a mask. I'm like ripping them off all the time. So these are just so cute and adorable. I love those. They're very nice, and I ended up buying the silver pair during that. I asked you guys in stories if I should do that, and I got the silver ones, and I really love those too. So the gold though, I think would be my choice. The gold's my favorite, and there's 2 different sets that are similar. I'll link to the actual set, but there's another one that's very similar that I also have. So if you want like double the earrings to mix up, that's a good one to get as well. Cause I love pieces from both better, I don't know. So it's hard to pick, but anyways, that sale ended, but I told them I was doing a video. I was gonna talk about these. They gave me a code for you guys, that'll kind of keep it going. So, I will put that below. And I believe it lasts a pretty long time too. So it's not just like an all the time code that I have, it's like one for a better sale. And oh, and then this necklace. So I love it. It's like a little like pave heart necklace, but it's longer. I just think it looks so nice. And then this I didn't put on yet because I wanted to show you. Now, I'm not huge on like a giant thick flashy chain always, especially if it's like a herringbone chain like this. I just feel like it just looks I feel like I need like a big gold medallion around my neck and like some aviator sunglasses and I'm like going to the casino. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a little much, but I really like some chest hair. No, but this one is so delicate. Like it's paper thin, like you can't even hardly feel it. And I don't know if you guys can get the full effect just looking at it like this, but I'm like, I don't want to put it on yet because I just want to show how beautiful it is. It's just so beautiful. It has like this beautiful like shine to it where it almost looks like liquid. Isn't that cute though? It's just beautiful and it looks feminine. That's what it is. Because some of these I feel are a little much, but this is another one that is odd for me as well because usually I don't, and this is a part of, you can get the deal on that too. So I'll link to that exact one. This is just so good. And then this one, I'm usually not a huge fan of, like I said, big chunky jewelry, but this one is pretty. I don't know if you could layer all of that. I think that would be really cute. But anyways, I'll link to that one as well. And I have a few other jewelry pieces that I'll show you guys in a second, but I just want to stick to what I'm wearing and I want to get into this denim and into a few other things. Okay, so like I said, I placed an order for a few things and I thought if I find one pair out of this, because I'm not going to the store to try on or anything, I thought, you know, I'll return what I don't want, but most of them ended up working. And this pair, you guys, I didn't expect to love them as much as I did. I can kind of see like just simple, just tuck the shirt in. This is the wash that I'm wearing now. And of course y'all saw that I was sitting on the floor. They are very stretchy. They feel like I am wearing sweatpants a lot of times, especially if you have kids and you know, you're doing like the mom squat, getting your kid in and out of the car. Your jeans usually just rip, you know. I've had so many skinny jeans or jeans that I love and I end up ripping. But I like mine just to look relaxed. And I just think that they're super cute and this pair is so comfortable. I got these, which have a giant tag in them that says mom, which fine, totally, whatever. These are more of just like a typical cottony denim, like not so much stretch. These I really like too, you know, some distressing, a little lighter. I just think they're so cute. You could roll them up at the ankle. Let me get through them and then I'll tell you what shoes. I'll tell you about the shoes situation. Oh my gosh, I loved these. Now these are slightly different because they're a little longer and more like full leg. They're straight leg, but they're not so cropped. So I thought this is a good pair to have as well. And what's cool, what's extra cool about these is the way that they snap. I just thought, I'd never seen anything like this and I was like, well, if I don't love them, I'll send them back. This pair was like my spendy pair, okay? And I like that they're unique. And I totally was like, again, what do I have to lose? If I don't like them, I'll send them back. But I ended up loving them so much. And I think if they hadn't have had that special little, you know, thing, how they buttoned at the top, I would probably not have kept them. With these though, I tuck in my shirts, not tuck in, but you know, I just do that little tuck on the top. I just think that is what keeps these looking flattering. Or like if you're gonna wear something tighter, you're gonna see that, you know? So it's not like a little wasted, so it's not like a wasted feature or a wasted detail. And I think that's what makes these special. But the jeans themselves have just such a good fit to them. And again, these were pricier. So I thought, you know, I want a pair that's just sleeker. These have a sleeker fit at the top, a little, not tighter, but a little like more hippie, you know, a little, make you look a little curvier up top. They don't have any distressing, but the bottom is more of just like a rough cut hem, if you even want to call it a hem. And I just thought these were so comfortable. These are called the high wide. So some brands are just embracing it and putting a, you know, a literal tag stitched in there that says mom. Some brands are renaming their high-waisted boyfriend jeans to mom. Some brands are getting a little creative and calling this the high wide. So about the shoes, okay? I saw someone the other day when I was wearing these on Instagram. I didn't even show a full picture because I was just taking a photo in that mirror on the way out. It wasn't like my full length mirror. It was just kind of like from my knees up, I guess. I wore the cutest boots with them that are those old ones that I had that are kind of like lug boots, but they have heels, they're chunky. That looked super cute. They just bunched up around the top. Wear your heeled, you know, boots. For spring, I mean, throw on, honestly, it's so easy to pair shoes with anything in the summer because you can throw on the simplest like flip-flops, sandals, anything. But I think like a cute pair of wedges goes really well with these. These are kind of hard to find. I love these. I have them in black and in beige, but any kind of cute wedge. And then, you know, I think they can look incredibly sexy with like a, you know, like a baggier pair of jeans that are kind of almost like hanging off your hips and very baggy and very distressed, and then just a cute little pair of heels. Now, these are super cute. They're not like the expensive ones. I don't wear a ton of heels, so I didn't really want to like invest in those when they were real hot like a couple years ago. I think Steve Madden has a really good version of some flats that I want to get that look kind of like that. But these are super cute. Square-toed, simple. Not Balenciaga, Bottega Veneta. So, not Balenciaga, Bottega Veneta. My mom has a few handbags that are like that were my aunt's, that are just so classic. And I remember she would carry them sometimes, like every now and then when I was growing up, you know, or I think I borrowed one time and like carried it to like a dance or something, like when I was younger. But I never, you know, they just always felt so special, but they weren't flashy, and you never saw them many places. In the last couple years, it's like really been having such a moment. But the way these particular ones are, I mean, a lot of things have that like crust, but it looks, it's done very well. So these are really nice. Okay, so a few little outfit things that I got. I'm gonna show you some swimsuits. Okay, again, you know, the denim is what I think is gonna make things look a little fresher this year. How you style them, whether it's like a tighter top or wearing any t-shirt that you have just barely tucked into the front. Embrace some of your oversized tops. Again, tuck them in just slightly. Like I said, they look so good with tight things. They look so great with oversized things. It's just, I don't know. So you don't have to go through and buy so many new tops for spring or so many new things, you know, but make it a little fresh by getting like a cute new little t-shirt like this. Or I also really love a jumpsuit or a romper that's really cute, because it's just so easy, and then put like a cute denim jacket over this, or tie a denim jacket around your waist or something. I thought this was so cute. I don't wear a lot of color, but this color I'm always drawn to, just this real poppy bright red, and I just thought this was so easy and cute, and just something that I grab. I'm not super boho with my dressing, but when I do, you know, make sure to pair it with shoes that aren't so, you know what I mean? Or just something simple, or a real edgy bag, or some edgier jewelry, which I'm gonna show you guys. But you know, I always find things here and there, just kind of, they either just work or they don't from this brand. They're either like things that are just gaping and hanging off. I'm like, why does it have to be backless? You know, it's like, it'll be like a cute sweater from Free People and the whole back will be gone, and I'm like, dang it. But this was actually really cute. I just was really drawn to this. I thought it was so like sexy and cute, and I loved that it's like pants, and the back's flattering. It's just, I thought it was cute, and the price, considering it's like a whole outfit, I thought was great, and I just thought the color was just gorgeous. So I thought that would be fun, like, you know, whether you wear it like as a swim cover up, because especially like if we go certain places, you know, I want to wear, you know, I'm wearing a nice swimsuit or whatever, but I don't want to just have on like a junky pair of shorts and like, or just like a top just hanging down. You know, I want something that I could like go to lunch in or look cute, but I would wear that totally just as an outfit anyway. And it does have like a V in the back, but you know, if you were just gonna wear it like out to dinner, just out and about, and you didn't want to be like totally, you know, so exposed underneath, you could wear just like a bandeau type bra, or something that's a little, you know, more covered in the back, which I think is a good idea. And then speaking, I'll show you swim in just a second. Let me share with you a few other things that I got. I think I showed you this. Did I show you guys this in my Uncommon James order? Or when I got the candles, I don't remember. But I found a lot of really cute, oh no, it was the cross earrings. I love those, okay? I'll link to those again if you didn't get them. Those are so good. But this necklace I've been wearing a ton. It connects in the back, but the easiest thing to do is to just connect it by the little toggle in the front. But how cute is that? Such a good necklace, just a good everyday piece. I just think it's absolutely beautiful. And then this, like I said, I would wear kind of with that more boho outfit to like make it look a little. And again, like I just don't usually find a lot of super chunky gold jewelry that I love, but this was so cool. It had like that little toggle, you know, in the front. It's just so good, and Not something like if I looked at it, I'd be like, oh, I have to have that. But on, it's just so cute. Because I do wear a lot of more like delicate things, or, you know, I'll layer things, but I love a good necklace like that. That's not just so like, oh, this is such a statement necklace, because that looks like you've layered some things with it too. I grabbed a few swimsuits. I'll link to these. This one was so cute. I got a ton of one pieces last year. And this year I wanted just a few cute new like two-piece bathing suits. I love this color. I've always loved that color so much. And the bottoms on this one were super cute. I love stuff by that Becca brand. I always find good stuff. And then I have really good black swim bottoms that I have loved over the years, or you could even just buy like the cheapest pair of black swim bottoms, because swimsuits get really expensive, and just freshen it up with like a cute black top every now and then. Like I have a favorite pair of black swim bottoms, and then I'll just buy like black tops and mix and match. But this top was really cute. I just thought it was kind of unique. Not just a basic like black triangle top. It has a lot of support, but it has that little thing. And then this was like a one size fits all thing. I just looked at the, okay, whatever, we'll talk about that. I may have to send this back. Okay, first of all, okay. It's a one size fits all thing. Should I even show this? I don't know, that is kind of cute. I mean, where the hell am I? I don't think my boobs are gonna fit. It's like, not like side to side, but like up and down. Like I need a little more fabric, or I'll just look real cute at our pool. I'll just look real out there at our pool. But then I did not recognize how tight, and my ass ain't gonna fit in this, okay? So where are people wearing these? I would like to know, okay? If I go to some exotic beach, sure. Like I'm not gonna go to like even like a family beach, or like a really like nice hotel that we stay at, or a nice place with this, and like have my entire rear hanging out. Like I'm sorry. Like our pool at home, I mean, yeah, but like for like why? Like I don't want my child to always remember like, yeah, mom was in a thong all the time. This is like not even a slim cut. This is like, I could wear this on my front. That's like a front. This looks like a male situation, like one of those, what do they call them, like banana hammocks? God, that's awful. I'm gonna cut this out. I mean, the front, okay, whatever. I really like the fabric though. Could I stretch this? Oh, you know what? Maybe it's a stretchy thing, because it's kind of like sheared. I'm gonna need about this much fabric on each side to cover my rear. Or to even like have a flat, because I don't need like a ginormo bathing suit bottom. Okay, like look, I just want, this is like sexy when you put it on. Like this is the front, and then the back is cute. And my butt still hangs out a little bit. Oh my gosh, whatever. I really like this fabric though. I'll link to this, because some of y'all might really be into that. I don't know, maybe I should get into, maybe I should just be like, listen fam, we're pretending like we're at a nude beach, okay? Let's talk Meghan and Harry, okay? So I was like, I might do like a get ready with me like in a week or whatever, because I just wanted to do the clothes today. But then I was like, by then, like who even cares? You know what I mean? And I don't want to make it like the topic of the video, because I was really, here's what, okay? I do have some thoughts. And when I talked about it in that Instagram caption, like I just barely mentioned it in an Instagram caption, I got a lot of comments about it, and it wasn't exactly everything that I expected. People are she's very polarizing, you know what I mean? And also the royal family itself, people have very strong views on, you know, how that's supposed to look or work, or, and I have an opinion that some of y'all might disagree with, and that's okay. I'm not an obsessive royal family person where I'm like, oh my gosh, the royal family's do this. But, you know, growing up, you know, you saw, especially, I think Harry's my exact age. No, I don't know. William and Harry, you know, growing up. Yeah, because William was a little bit older than me. And, you know, you followed that. And then, of course, Princess Diana. I mean, obviously, like, you'll remember, like, where you were when she died, or, you know, that whole story. And then a couple years ago, I got really into, I think it was around the time of the royal wedding because I didn't really follow it or care, I don't say care, when Catherine married William. It was just like, okay, that's cute, you know, but I'm not, like, staying up to watch it. When Meghan married Harry, I remember I like DVR'd it and I fast forwarded, you know, like I wasn't like watching the whole thing, or and And it was intriguing. I was very intrigued by the whole thing. And I went down this rabbit hole of Princess Diana, watching all of her interviews, watching the stories, watching, you know, what people call conspiracy theory, you know, certain things surrounding her and her death and all of that. And so I became like this, like, I have to have all the information. I'm going to watch every single thing out there about her. And I did. And to this day, I've like seen probably everything. Like, I love her story. And I think it was so fascinating because, you know, when she did give that interview after the divorce, after she was kind of like, I don't know, I probably will say a lot of the wrong words that aren't correct, like exiled or whatever, you know, removed from the royal family, or she exited the royal family, you know, she still had to be careful with what she said because her 2 boys were very much a part of it. So what intrigued me about Meghan and Harry is that it was interesting to watch this interview, this Oprah interview, because and some people are like, well, what's the big deal? Who cares? We have bigger issues. And I think you disagree, not that that's the biggest issue, but they did talk about a lot of topics that you would probably consider to be pretty relevant and important today, and things that they kind of exposed. And so it was interesting, but I wanted to watch it because, like I said, about Diana's interview and stuff, you know, she spoke out, but to an extent, but she still had, you know, her boys a part of that family. You know, Harry and Meghan aren't attached really, you know, they're just they can say pretty much what they want. And I thought, like, that's, someone really hasn't been in that position, you know, and so I was interested in it. So we were out of town last weekend and then the earlier part of the week, and I did not even realize it was on. Like, I knew it was happening, but I didn't know it was happening that day. I wasn't on social media for a couple days because we were out of town, and I was just enjoying myself, you know. We got back to the room that night, and I turned the TV on, and I was like, oh my gosh, and it was on. I caught it, and it was during the part where Harry was with Meghan, so I watched the last half, and then eventually, of course, I watched the rest of it when we got home, because I pulled it up later. I've heard people that either, you know, when I see people responding to it, it's either they believe her or they don't. And I'm like, oh, I believe everything she's saying and then some. Like, I think they're definitely not even telling the extent of what they went through. But you have to think, like, you know, Harry's with her on this. It's not like she's just giving some independent interview. Like, Harry's with her on this. He was brought up in this family. It's all he knew. You know, it's still a big part of his life. And I'm sure the mental, you know, I just feel he's probably gone through so much, even though they're living a great life now. He's, you know, losing this identity somewhat that he had, or this way of life that he had for so long, I'm sure has been so hard for him. And maybe they'll talk about that at some point. Oprah said something like, oh, we're doing a mental health thing. Like, they're working together, like, on something, her and Harry. So I'm sure, you know, maybe they'll talk about that. And I think that's a good thing. But, okay. So I think that the things that she said are true. And, I mean, she couldn't really fudge any of that or be even more dramatic because he was there, and he's there vouching for everything that she's saying. And so I don't, it's not a fact of not believing her. Brad doesn't really follow it, okay? He didn't really watch the royal wedding, doesn't really know anything about them, and he saw 5 minutes of the interview, and he said something kind of interesting. He was like, she's really, and he was like, seems like she's very controlling the, like, she really wears the pants. Or not, that's not what he said, but it was kind of like she was controlling what he was saying. And I feel like that too when I watch her with the things that, and this is not, because I like Meghan, okay? I'm like, Team Meghan, whatever. No, I mean, the way that the media has treated her and the racist things, the racial thing, things that they said, I mean, when it was popping up on the TV and it was showing those headlines, it was like, how is that even happening? I mean, it's disgusting. And that's, I think, goes without saying, okay? But things that she was, like, not that she's controlling the narrative, but, like, even when Oprah was asking her questions, you could tell she had that look on her face, like, she pulls things out, or she's real happy to, like, get certain questions. Not happy, but, like, okay, and I know she's an actress. I noticed this when I watched The Royal Wedding. I keep, like, gesturing toward the TV for the first time, or for the only, when I watched that royal wedding when they got married. just the way she was looking at him, and every movement is just perfect. Like, she's one of those people that knows how to look perfect all the time, like the camera and the right things to do. I can't relate, because I can't even like stand for someone to take a photo of me without being like, how do I hold my hands, you know? And so I think that's great. Okay, nothing, no knocking that, but I'm saying maybe that's why there is some, you know, people might take it like a little, because I do think she's a genuine person, but I think she also has that like actress element about her, which she's very, I mean, that's not bad, not even an actressy thing, but she's very like poised, very knows what to say. And even when you see that clip of her when she was younger, like giving that speech about like the dishwashing soap or whatever, you know, she was like that then too. So I don't know. And like Oprah would ask her something and she'd be like you could tell she was like, I'm so happy you asked me this, you know, like I think she loved the chance to be able to say some of these things. And when she was acting like some things were hard to talk about, she was so relieved to be talking about them, you could tell. And I kind of equate it to like, if you're watching a movie and someone's overacting, I'm not saying she's acting or that what she's doing is false. I'm just saying that's her body language, because I think she has been so, you know, while she was with that family and in the public eye so much with them, she knew you had to look a certain way all the time, and so she knew how to do that. And that was probably good for her, you know, because it would have been terrible if you didn't know. But I don't know. It's just she never has an awkward moment. She never looks, and that's not a bad thing. I'm just saying, you know, even Brad was kind of like, him not knowing anything about her, he was like, this is like uncomfortable to watch, like, because it just, he thought like it was like a fake thing, but it was, and I'm not saying it was, okay. Like I said, I like Meghan. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's how some things come across, because I do think she's so well spoken and so poised and so like knows how to look all the time and react to things. And she said she didn't know what Oprah was going to ask her, and just the way she reacts to some things, just like, I don't even know how to do it, but it's just like, so, I don't know. It's just, I don't. But what turned me, and I was so excited to watch it, but what made me cringe and say, oh man, like everything was great. I thought like that she could have said made her look, I mean, you know, but the thing about Kate, the story about like she made me cry, she didn't feel supported and all that, that made me think negatively of Meghan, because not because she told her truth, oh well, really Kate's the one that made me cry. It was the fact that she negated what she contradicted what she was saying all along about how, you know, the palace and the institution and all of that, like when bad stories would come out, they didn't have to go overboard telling the truth about what happened. All they had to say was that that just didn't happen. And why didn't Kate do that? You know, Kate didn't have to say, oh, well, I was really the one that did this or in the wrong. But all Kate had to say was like, no, that didn't happen. She didn't make me cry. And someone could have said that. But then like, she does the opposite. Like Meghan could have said, well, that was not true. And, you know, Kate knew that wasn't true. Everyone knew that wasn't true. And they didn't support me by standing up to me saying that that didn't happen, that wasn't true. But Meghan took it a step further and really wanted to like tell that story about, well, actually Kate made me cry. Like she didn't have to do that. And to me, that was my first, not malicious thing that I saw, but like, you know, that made her look bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Meghan would have looked better and would have cleared herself just the same if she would have just said that never happened and they all knew it didn't happen. And even Kate acknowledged to me that it didn't happen, but she didn't have to go that far into saying, well, actually Kate did this and da, da, da. I didn't like that. Okay, but whatever. I mean, who am I? I never thought of it like this. And when I read one, I promise we're almost done. When I read one of y'all's, that's why I say this for the end, right? Because I know not all of you guys are going to be into this. But someone said something interesting on my Instagram, and they were like, they dated for 2 years before they got married, okay? Meghan and Harry. And that time, you know, the woman was like, Harry married Meghan so fast. Well, to me, it's like, they dated for 2 years. That's a long time. And Meghan wasn't prepared, you know? But then, like, William and Kate dated for a very long time. She was, like, very prepared, knew what she was getting into. Granted, she was also from their country, but, like, at the same time, how is Meghan not more prepared? That's my thing. Again, I'm totally, like, again, I believe everything she said. I think it was probably much worse than what she was saying, so I'm not saying that. But the whole like naivete, or how naive she was not a good look to me. Because I thought, it's like when someone goes on the Housewives and they're like, yeah, I signed up for this show, I know nothing about it, I've never watched a single episode before. You know good and well they do, okay? That was like Meghan. She goes, I never Googled him. I didn't know anything about them. I didn't know anything about them. I didn't follow the royal family. I didn't do this. Well, it's one thing not to follow the royal family. That's understandable. But to say, like, you didn't really look into what your life was going to be. And they didn't just have, like, some shotgun wedding. Like, they didn't just get married, like, after a couple months. They dated for 2 years, and not even, you don't have to Google him to figure out what your life's going to be like. Like, did they not communicate at all? That's what's shocking to me. I feel like maybe in the early parts of their relationship, maybe this is all very telling, maybe they just didn't talk about anything. How would he not have prepared her for this, or let her know, like, this is going to be hard? He's a smart guy. Like, this has been his life. I'm sure he knew that, or told her that, and maybe she just went along with it. I was like, yeah, it's fine. But then once she got into it, she was like, but wait a minute, I don't like this. You know, I want my freedom. I want to go back to the United States. You know, I want my freedom. And I don't think people realize, too, even, like, Oprah asked this question, and you know Oprah knows the answer to this, and she's just asking it because she knows that's the question that so many people have. But it bothers me when people are like, oh, but they live in, and someone said this comment on my Instagram, too, like, something like, oh, she was, something along the lines of, like, it wasn't, I don't buy it, or how could it have been that bad, or whatever. Like, oh, you live in a palace. Oh, you've lived this life of privilege. Like, how is your life bad? But I don't think people realize, like, things don't matter. And that's, if you live in a palace, if you live in the nicest place on earth, if you have everything that you want, but you're not happy, like, your life sucks. Like, the palace doesn't make things better. The place that you live in doesn't make things better. It's just going to amplify how bad your life sucks. You know what I mean? And I think, like, once you have something, or you have the ability to get things that you want, right? Or you have this or that, you'll realize quick that, like, yeah, do that if you enjoy it. I enjoy nice things. I enjoy a nice place to live. I enjoy nice cars, or nice this or that. But that doesn't make me materialistic, because those things don't benefit my life, or I don't place value on those things. And at the same time, you know, it's something fun, but my life is also good in, you know, my relationships and other ways that's not. But if everything else sucked, none of that would matter, and that would fall off very quickly. So when people have those questions like, well, how, you know, you lived, oh, poor you, like, you lived, like Harry, you lived in the palace your whole life, and, you know, how are you trapped? It's like, how do people not get that? Like, they are so controlled, like, they have to live this life in a certain way. Almost, it's shocking to me how little they've modernized that whole institution. And I think they do probably put out a lot to the press that they're doing all these fun things and this and that, but they're living a very old way of when I know I've this has gone on when my battery dies, when a fresh battery dies. Okay, so what was I saying? But yeah, I think people grow up too, especially if you're living over there, you know, if you're from there, or, you know, even myself, like, you grow up, you watch this, and it's just like, oh my gosh, what a fairy tale, what a dream. But I think as you get older, you know, and there's still people that were commenting, saying things like that. It's just, you know, that's not what's going on. And even she was like, you know, that is not what you see, like, in photos. And I think she's ensured that they'll never go back over there again. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, she got into it, and I think she was even if she would have been prepared, after you live that way and you're being, you know, berated, and, you know, all of the racial issue, all of those things, that's going to be hard on anyone. And, you know, if you look back at all of the stuff I've watched on Diana and all those, she experienced very similar issues during one of her pregnancy, you know, where she battled some mental health issues. I believe she talked about depression. She had, you know, an eating disorder. And it were things when she was pregnant where she was, you know, doing some things which would be considered like self-harm, you know, and it's sad. And to think that they went through such similar things, you know, because Diana was so scrutinized as well, not in the racial aspect of it all, which I can't imagine, but it's, you know, I think that was a way, and I think, you know, then they wouldn't give her the help she needed, as she said. But I think she knew, I don't want to say she knew that's what would get him out. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, like I said, I believe everything. It's not a matter of believing or not believing, because my God, like, I'm sure even worse happened and ran through her mind, like going through that. It's not that. It's just that that was enough to get them out. And I think he knew too, seeing, you know, how the media was treating her, and that was his wife, his soon, you know, his son. And I would have been so disgusted too. I would have laughed, you know, so I don't, but I also think now doing this interview, doing all this, I think they've pretty much solidified, and her sharing all that she did, they'll never, I don't see them ever being welcomed back, and I think that's what they're cool with. That's what she's obviously cool with. And he is as well. I mean, I was surprised how much he was saying. And I mean, they must have gone through so much. And I really do like both of them. I think they're very much in love. And I do think that I look at them and I'm like happy that they're happy and that they don't have to live that way. Because I can't imagine, like, and again, someone out there right now, when I said that, having to live that way, I couldn't imagine, they're living in a palace, they're this, they're that. Well, like I said, that stuff doesn't matter if you don't have rights like everybody else. You can't go to the store when you want. You can't drive here or drive there, get, you know, medical help, or being able to make decisions on your own, like medical care. And like she said, she hadn't seen her passport, she turned in her keys. I remember seeing that on something. I don't know if it was something Meghan was saying years ago or something that I heard from somewhere. But they don't have, it's like you check in or you're in this family and it's like someone else is controlling everything that you're doing. And it's shocking to me that it still exists in the way that it always has. You know, I think that it's important. I think it's such an important thing, a tradition to keep alive as well. I do. I'm not saying it's not a bad thing. I am really interested in it all. And I think there's probably some really great people and great things that come out of it. But I also think that it needs to be like modernized quite a bit, or especially for them, like they weren't even like direct. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But anyways, I could talk. Oh, one more thing. And in the interview, when Oprah asked them, have you watched The Crown? And they were like, some of it. And you know, they've watched like every single episode, but they're not going to say, yeah, we've watched the whole thing. But for them saying, yeah, some of it is like, well, you don't know what parts we have and what we haven't. But, or maybe they haven't watched the whole thing. I don't know. But when I saw that, I was like, why are they talking about that? Now, I am like I said, I've seen everything about Diana. Like, I missed the boat on The Crown. I had no idea. Like, I'd heard about it. Obviously, I watched Netflix. Like, I've seen it. I thought it was a, like, fictional drama, not dissimilar to, like, Game of Thrones or something. Like, I hate to say that. Like, I knew it was about like a royal family, but I didn't know it was the story of like the royal family, like the actual, I didn't know that. So I started watching it, and I really do like it. It's good. So I'm only on season 1, and I know they get into, you know, Diana, and they get into all of that, but I was so fascinated. And then I googled it. I heard someone say like, oh, the earlier seasons are boring or whatever, but honestly, that's what I have been so intrigued by. It's the story of like Queen Elizabeth, and you know, things that I didn't really know. And of course, it's a, you know, it's every single thing didn't have, it's been, you know, it's for TV, but just the story and stuff I think is very fascinating. And yeah, so I don't know. But anyways, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Definitely pick up some of these things, and don't feel like you have to revamp your whole wardrobe just for a trend, you know. And like I said, this isn't something that is gonna just, oh, get rid of all your other jeans. No, just grab a pair that you like. The pair that I'm wearing right now are really good, and that'll be the first pair of denim that I link. I'll link everything in order just so you kind of know. I do feel like it seemed a little shocking, and you see like the extreme mom jeans and you're just like, it's a trend, but it's not like a totally new item, and it's much easier to wear and pull off than you may think. I think it's easier to style these than anything, because they're just so like easy looking. But anyways, you guys, have a good a good rest of your weekend and a good week, and I will see you guys again on here very soon. Bye, y'all.